everyone. Welcome to another edition of Founder Wisdom Podcast. Today with us, we have Elena Privalova. She is CEO of Global Tech Hub, an organization that is helping tech startups grow, kind of. So she's in the investor world, she's in the biz dev world, and a bunch of other things. She's also into a bunch of cool and exciting drone ventures, which we'll talk about. She's currently in Abu Dhabi, I believe, or Al Olaya Riyadi, which is in Saudi. So that will be also an interesting topic of conversation. So Elena, can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about your businesses?
Hi everyone. Thank you, and thank you for the invitation for this podcast. My experience, it's in venture capital. I used to work in innovation ecosystems more than 15 years. And I used to work in venture company, VC company that was raising funds for junior startups, pre-seed, seed stages. We closed more than 50 deals. And after that, I moved to Middle East from Moscow. It was 5 years ago. I used to live in UAE, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. Currently, I'm based in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia. In Middle East, it's one of the most interesting market. And what exactly we do here, and our company GTH, which is Global Technology Hub, it's literally a hub for innovations that willing to go to Middle East market and want to have one-stop solution for business development, including investments, clients, and some localization processes. I do have some several projects as a startup projects for my own. One is e-commerce. We just recently launched e-commerce company for Middle East for beauty, cosmetic, and stuff, which is actually my first girls business, because previous other companies are fintech, agriculture, and the drone company. I have shares in a company that doing urban transportation, passenger drone, passenger VTOL. And as well, we have here in Riyadh company for operation of drones and development of the drones here, which is civil use cases, firefighting, inspection, mining inspection, etc. So that's what I basically do.
Well, that's you're into a lot of things, and you have kind of an uncommon background. So you started studying in psychology. How did you get into business, and why did you have an interest for business?
Well, I believe that business is about people. So if you don't know people, you cannot do business. So psychology,
Yeah.
It's a major degree for all the business owners or people in business. I have another degree in management and service and tourism and psychology as well. And I used to work in marketing and marketing department of one of the startup. That's how I get to the innovative ecosystem. And then it's just take me with the flow, and somehow I'm in literally like a VC and project owner, and I'm in Middle East. So that's came with my just journey.
So why did you decide to go to Middle East, and how's it there to live as a woman?
I decided to move to Middle East because there was a lot of positive feedbacks about all the innovative technologies. So it's inspired me how market was open to everything new, how people are open to any new ideas, and positive feedback about everything you are doing was the key, especially after you go to Middle East from Russia, because Russia, it's always critical thinking. You try to improve yourself. Here, everyone is accept you with your ideas and excited about your ideas. So commercial potential, then I understand that strategically it's a good point for, it's a gate for Asian markets. So a lot of people are going to Middle East, especially in Dubai, to make trades. People from Africa coming there, India, Asia. So it's like a big Eastern gate for businesses, for capitals. And well, as a woman in Dubai, actually Dubai is the one of the most tolerant
place in
space.
regards to women. Yeah.
Yes, because this is like, it's Dubai always remind me, you remember the Fifth Element movie, and there was like a space station, all the aliens coming around from the old planets, and everyone is gathering together. So this kind of the space station, it is Dubai. So either you are friendly to everyone and people just interact. So there is no conflicts. There is no problems wherever you are, black, white, brown, yellow, woman, she, he, them, whatever. So this is just a matter of fast moving platform. In Saudi Arabia, being a woman leading a business, it's a unbelievable advantage. And the thing is that here, all women, they don't like fight for their rights. There is something like respect or privileges that belong to them by default. So being a woman, it's like a privilege by default, and it's some advantages by default. Yeah, there is some, if we talk about the business and professional side. If we talk about some family side, well, there are some rules, there are some regulation, there are some, I don't know, norms, but most of them are just take it as it is. So there is no conflict between how it is supposed to be, the culture, and people. So people accept the culture, and other people who arrive to this inside the culture, who assimilate with the culture, they start to follow the culture by nature. I don't know how it has happened, but all my friends from Russia, from Europe, they have like abaya collections while they are going to Middle East. And so it's somehow change you. And with time, you feel comfortable, just adjust to your new culture. I love to discover new culture.
Yeah, Elena, sorry, I think my connection gave up
there-
around 10:45. So if you can start at this time, I think it will be fine. So 10 minute 45, so 1 minute to go precisely.
Okay. I don't know, it was the
Talking that you traveled around 45 countries or something like that.
48 countries. So I used to assimilate inside the different cultures. So studying the culture and trying to understand the culture is something that I do as my hobby and psychological study and understanding of the people behavior. And that's why, for example, I do as professional negotiations between, let's say, European or Russian businessmen and Arab businessmen. And sometimes it's literally required translation, not translation from language, but cultural translation or cultural adjustments of certain activities. So that's about the culture and assimilation here.
Sure, sure, sure. Let's talk a little bit about Bartini, the drone company, and the future of drones. So you see it in firefighting. I guess in Saudi they had devastating fires with Aramco, and I mean the weather and petroleum. It's kind of a pretty much explosive, and for these companies, for these $1 trillion companies, well, it can be very valuable. So what other use case would there be for your drones, and when do you think they would be arriving in the market? Because it seems that legislation keeps on putting the brake on drones, while the technology seems to be there, but the legislators are not fully ready. Is that different in Saudi? Tell us a bit more about the use case there.
Fine. So for the regulation in Saudi Arabia, the good thing that it's early stage for regulation of civil use cases for drones. And the main use cases or main regulation and norms and rules, norms of using drones in their new areas, such like NEOM or using drones for certain use cases are just developing in progress. And it's good to take the best practices of all countries and like Europe, US, Australia, New Zealand, who already have the regulation for drones and implemented, adjusted to the local realities. Currently, it's like handmade regulation, which is as well useful. So you can apply for certain activities in civil work and like in civil field and make your projects based on drones. What about Bartini? Bartini, it's a passenger drone as well. It could be used as some delivery drone or transportation drone, not only for passengers, but for cargo. We expect this product to be like launched on the market in few years, because it's not just a prototype for small drone. There is a lot of aviation designs supposed to be done. Aviation standards apply to this product. So that's why the design of this product is, and development of this product is really like fundamental. So it's like really rocket science, like I would say. But we build not a rocket, we build a flying vehicle. For firefighting, we use another type of drones, which is developed on cargo drone platform. And this model is hopefully will be tested within 1 year, and then we supposed to see it in here. You are right, there are a lot of local companies who require such kind of implementation, especially the firefighting, and it's really exciting. And what I like about, especially like Saudi Arabia, here people, they are very open for innovation, innovative products to be implemented in their processes. So it is like, let's do it, let's try it, let's make it, let's test it, let's apply it. So it's very easy and it's exciting because the people who are working now in innovation departments here are young generation. They used to get education in US and Europe in local universities, which are quite impressive, especially in like aviation, electronic, so the high-tech specialties. And it's like young generation people from 30 to 42, 45. They are so excited about doing something remarkable and to leave some really great changes. So, and countries in fast changing period. So it's time now for them to get some new.
And when you say like that the legislation is not restrictive, are you talking about Saudi and let's say Abu Dhabi, for example, and the Arab world, or are you also talking about other places?
Yeah, in Abu Dhabi, it's really in Abu Dhabi there is advanced regulation in UAE. They have a lot of authorities, and those authorities, they have a lot of authorities and a lot of consulting units to those authorities. So it's really takes time to connect all the ideas together.
Okay.
But in the same time, there is some experimental platforms. There is other experimental airports, air bases for drones. There is a UAV Academy near to Dubai that belongs to like private. It's like private academy, but it has permissions to fly drones, and it's train operators. So in some way, UAE, it's in advanced way to have a UAV ecosystem, like full UAV ecosystem. And I don't know, but maybe Saudis with their fast track approach, maybe they will be the country that will be implemented faster. So that's the kind of competition. We don't know who will be the first.
And do you think this will be the case in US as well after these forward-thinking countries make it possible and show the benefits of the technology? Do you think US will kind of slow down and adapt their legislation on the drone rules?
I don't think US will take this as a benchmark. Because there is very hard system of very hard regulatory system and verticals. So in US it's very hard. The beauty of countries that have very early stage regulation for certain area like aviation or aviation for drones, that it's flexible. So when you have a huge institutes, well-developed institutes, so as well it is not allow you to innovate fast. Example, like very good example, it's a difference in fintech systems between, let's say, Russia 5 years ago and European financial systems. I'm talking about the banks and user experience and technologies inside the financial system, because European system was developed long time ago and it has its solid institutes or ecosystems. I'm talking about the software, architecture, logic, protocols, etc. In Russia, fintech industry used to start developed in end of 90s, beginning of 2000, and it was built from scratch. That's why financial experience using your bank in Russia, it's one of the best experience you can get in the world, literally. Okay. And it's like, it's not just a brave words, it's like true. Or same as mobile devices penetration in Africa. There is a study from BBC UK, their innovative department, that shows that penetration of mobile devices and time of using of mobile devices in Africa is one of the highest. Why? Because they never had TV. They start with the mobiles. They never had TV. They never had the laptops. They start with the mobiles.
Yeah.
And So when you start using technologies on their edge, you became more flexible than someone who using the old type of technologies. So that's it. It's same like millennials, they more using screens than books, and because they don't know how to use book.
Yeah, understandable. I want to finish this off with GTH and your biz development service that you offer. So basically, if I am a startup, you will do the reach out for me to reach other potential investors and VCs. Is that right?
Yeah, I do. Actually, what I basically do, I develop business partnerships, and these partnerships include investment inside Middle East region. The approach of investment in Middle East, usually it's different from California, like way different. And it's more like traditional way of investments with the high attention from investors. So it's not like just VC making money, hoping for the big deal. Here is more focused on not on creation value. I mean, like the price of the company, more about how to create a profit. So it's still like profit focus economy. So here is the different approach of raising funds. So that's why not all startups can raise easily funds here in Middle East. But those who raise, they are really feeling very good. Because those investors who invest in VC and understand VC approach, they are long time already participate as LPs in well-known funds. And so if some funds invest in US, certainly there are some Arabs money inside in VC.
Yeah. And what
so,
service do you provide for them exactly? Do you connect them with investor, and how much do they pay you for that?
Well, the business model is following. There is a certain service fee. And, let's say we are in investment brokers or investment bankers. So there is certain fee for setup, for evaluation of the project. And then it's a different rate for the percentage, but mostly we are focused on taking stake of the local company. If set up a joint venture, so we are taking stake and manage the local company based on the technology. So then it comes from 2 to 25% of the joint venture. So it's always based on technology, and that's the main business model, to build some infrastructure and value. So it's not like just charge commission for easy coming, easy going. Here's the fund, yalla bye. No, it's like we build the long-term partnerships in here.
Yeah, for sure. And what have been your greatest challenges with that business in the last couple of years?
Challenges. Challenges, it's like in business, it's a cultural challenges, because for example, I work a lot with the Russian technologies, and they don't know really how to market themselves. And marketing is the most important key to develop anything in Middle East market. Positioning and good sales. Challenge, it's yeah, there are some challenges like time challenge. So you cannot just come and pitch a nice idea and get your job done. You need to take time to create a community, the trustworthy community.
Yeah.
So time between you start and you get the first results, it's like months or years. Like in my case, it's one and a half year between start of the project and first results. Of course, companies who are coming with some unique offers can get faster results, but the biggest challenge is time. You need to learn how to. There is a word in Arabic language called sabr. Sabr means relax and take your time and wait for the things happen in their way. So sabr approach, it's the most important key to that it's really challenging for Western startups or business owners.
It's like the Warren Buffett approach to investment, I guess, to wait for the opportunity to show up and not really push for it. Is that it?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's one approach to view things. I believe also that there's always a component to create opportunities, to search for these opportunities, but only to pull the trigger when the opportunity is really there, right?
Yeah.
So Elena, this is basically the end of the podcast, but I have one last question for you. For other CEOs and for other founders, what would you have to tell them as pieces of advice?
Pieces of advice. Well, it's very hard to advise someone you don't know, because I usually give very personal advices. But general advice, it sounds like a statement, which is funny.
Yeah.
Advice could be take risk, because you never know what are your actions, what will be result of your actions, even if you think it's like crazy move. And current situation shows us that everything is fragile. So read Mr. Taleb book and take risk. You never know what will happen.
Yeah, Nassim Taleb is very good author. Black Swan, amongst other, and one of my favorite book, Bed of Procrusts. So that's an epic one. Good advice, generally speaking, because yeah, people are kind of frisky when it comes to risk, and the downside with not taking risk is that you tend to eat the fact that you're not taking risk later on, right in the face. It's pretty much, the hunter that's not going out to hunt, he'll just starve. So yeah, take risk is a good one. Well, Elena, thank you for your time today. Where can people find out more about you?
Our website, gth.global, which is easy to remember. And I have my personal website, which is funny, venturecat.ru. So it's my personal page for my expertise and advices. LinkedIn, there is my profile, and I think it's enough.
Yeah, that's well enough. So thank you so much for your time, and have a very good week, Elena.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.